Hi, I'm Wilfrid Craigie and I'm an investment analyst at AVI. I cover European holding companies and other holding companies globally at Asset Value Investors. Asset Value Investors have a long history of investing in family-controlled holding companies in Europe, but over the past decade or so, this has expanded with more coverage in the US, Latin America, and parts of Asia. My role includes keeping on top of the universe, so that means keeping track of models and valuations for a wide variety of companies, but then also responsibility for stuff already in the portfolio, so my stocks. So that entails keeping track of earnings, results, valuations, and knowing what's important and what's happening and feeding that up to other members of the team. As an investment analyst at AVI, my time is split between looking at existing holdings and researching new ideas. The balance between the two will vary at different times of the year. Sometimes I'm engrossed in researching a new idea, trying to understand if it's attractive, what the upside is, what are the risks, but other times I'm focused on things we already own. So particularly around results season, I'll be busy digesting the results, understanding what's happening, understanding what's important, and communicating that and making decisions with my teammates. At AVI, we have quite a distinct and unique investment philosophy, focused on companies trading at discounts to their net asset value. For me, I'm focused on holding companies, so these are companies that own other assets. There are roughly 1,000 such companies that fit this framework globally. We further distill that down into those that we actively monitor and keep valuation models on, with a distinct focus on tracking net asset values and discounts to NAV over time. In terms of how this feeds into new ideas, we run proprietary screens looking for anomalies, discount widenings, and other such attractive valuations in this framework over time. This gives us a good idea of what's happening in the universe and where to focus our time on the most undervalued and attractive opportunities. I think the greatest challenge is understanding what's really important. There's so much noise, there are so many companies, but what is it that really matters and moves stock prices? So this is important both in terms of what to focus on, which companies to research out of all the companies in our universe, but then also within the research process, what are the key KPIs or issues that are going to drive the stock and generate returns, and not get bogged down in the minutiae elsewhere. I think the most important skill is honing in on what's really important and what's going to drive stock prices. There's so much noise and information and commentary and data, but you need to understand the key debates. What do other investors think? What does the market think? Where could it be wrong? Where could you be right? And focus on those areas of your research. I think the most interesting thing about AVI is our investment philosophy and approach. We're global investors and we're sector generalists, meaning we can try and find the most attractive, interesting, and hopefully highest returning ideas there are globally.